where if he falls behind, it's just really over for him.
Yeah, I mean, that particular game was exceptionally difficult, even if Boss was able to find an angle here or there. See if Locke can live up to the expectations that the start of the patch, but Crownie did just reset. So no one here to contest. First straight to the side of GX, as well as a pretty decent gold lead. So smooth sailing so far. Not the early game lead I think Los Ratones were hoping to find with picks like the Corky, but as you said, with the Braum, getting to the laning phase is always going to be a bit of a struggle.
I think top lane though is where I have my eyes, and I'm a bit worried.
Walla, knock back, flash forward. Finally going to ulti there. And first blood. There he goes.
Vellia is there, but he can't do anything. It's just a solo bolo. Vellia goes in though, while we're also fighting on board.
A little bit more damage on the Jun. That's going to be the kill back. Crownie firing in return.
Crownie takes matters into his own hands here and just kills.
He has put on a costume and dressed up. I forgot the rules.
Crownie might be in trouble here. He has no teammates around him, no
flash. Does have cleanse.
He's dead.
Bounced out already. Really nowhere for him to go. Cleanse for very little, but at least gets one back in return. Loses out on the way, but grabs his second kill.
Not a terrible trade for him. He's going to lose some of the minions, as you said, Dracos, but overall doesn't feel too bad.
I mean, maybe something that Los Ratones have to look at in future games is just a Gnar ban. Something they did a lot in their regional play.
Yeah, it does feel like an oversight to go into 4-5, especially blinding the Volibear, who really struggles against range and getting kited, and then leaving this Gnar open, which I think also just works so well with the GiantX draft. But Los Ratones want the Drake.
Flash, immediate change CC, follow-up is there. Nemesis able just barely to walk out as the layering was not lost. Looks like Jun is going to fall as well. Vellia continuing to spin, but it's Lot on the flank doing a lot of damage. Another ulti to come out, Reckless to fall as well. A double kill for Noah. Initially did not look that bad, but when the rest of GX arrived, very different case.
As Lot with the teleport, he's the difference maker. TPing behind them there. He has the shield as well with the roll quest, and that just seals the deal for the team. Baus had already TP'd up in the top lane, so he couldn't match it. Seems like there maybe was some miscommunication there, because LR, that was actually the one kind of starting this fight. They wanted to do the Drake.
Fair enough. Confident.
Oh wait, Nemesis.
Hold that thought.
It's not GG yet.
Jackie's caught out.
Hey, no, it's not GG yet.
Oh, that was a premium.
Vellia should know that he's been spotted. His Baus here might be in trouble.
Maybe not dead. Lot doesn't want to fully commit. Volibear can be quite deceptively tanky. The all-in happens on the bottom side. They want to delete Vellia, and they're going to get exactly what they want. Crownie on the way out. The Q3 coming in. Snapback is there. Isma wants to finish the kill and will finally grab it. Noah just now getting involved into the tanks. The tower looks like he's going to live. No, Reckless. At the very least gets one back.
See the damage that GiantX has, and they're the ones with all the tools, as Lot as well, putting pressure on the wound here as he's going to get first tower top.
A lot of wound.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like salt in the wound too.
Yeah.
But I'm not familiar enough with Volibear. Maybe there is on one half of Gnar if you're playing against him, and you don't really beat Mini, and Mega kind of just gets to throw you away. So
yeah, Vellia might be in trouble here again.
Vellia now going to keep spinning. Reckless going for the multi-man knockup. The initial damage not quite there. Jun is able to make it out, but a lot of damage blocked by Reckless. Vellia getting the heal to make his way out to safety. Nemesis off to the side. Pushback is there, but it's too late. Jackie's grabbing another. GX content to just grab 2 kills.
Oh, he dodged the W. Okay.
All right. So
Wait a minute.
If they put him in a melee matchup on side, maybe he can actually just beat the Yone.
Yeah.
Might not be able to beat the Herald charge though. GX finally going to break open mid.
Let's go a bit back to this Crownie build. So the Fiend Hunter Bolt has a very low cooldown, but okay. I'm interrupting here. There's a Drake setup. Third Drake for GiantX. Isma's onto Vellia.
Vellia immediately going to cast the Cyclone.
Crownie.
Panic there. Reckless ulting. GX getting a lot of ults for free.
Yeah, a lot of desperation there by the support jungle of Los Ratones, and that's going to be Drake for GiantX with 2 crucial ultimates gone.
But of course, in their defense, they have no vision. So the second that they see someone jump on top of them, they're assuming that there's going to be more of an immediate follow-up. We get the privilege of seeing the whole fog of war.
It's a very difficult spot for Los Ratones to play. I mean, the problem was that Baus's TP was so late, so they had no setup. And now Baus might be in trouble here.
Level 14 to level 12.
Yeah.
Both have 1 item.
Yeah, their items are not that different, their inventories. Maybe Lot is sitting on a lot of gold.
I mean, boots to completion also pretty expensive these days.
True. Baus is taking a lot of damage.
It's really tough. I don't know if waiting for that shield was worth it. Oh god, it's not getting better. He's just gonna walk him down. Oh, they get the flash.
Yeah, this is tough. This is tough to watch.
Question. No.
It kind of reminds me of like when Seri was really OP. It's just like this inevitability of like the mosquito. It keeps hitting you and then suddenly you're dead.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't remember when Frozen Mallet Gnar was a thing, and you used to just get walked at.
Yeah.
And there was no coming back.
Yeah.
That was literally 10 years ago. As Brownie might be dead. He's gonna cleanse, but he's just got nowhere to go. Isma grabs the kill. GX find another 5k advantage. Soul point cover, but only 2.5 items. Staying. Well, Q3 crew just happy to get a decent chunk there. Again, costing Isma a bit of health, but still quite tanky.
Yeah, we get the tier 2 here. Lot getting even more gold into his pocket. As Nemesis is trying to push on his own, he's going to be able to get at least a few plates on his tier 2 bot. Probably not going to be able to hit Jungle Sim Fog. Every lane feels super scary to farm.
No, yeah, it's a little bit cooked.
It's definitely quite cooked.
But well, I think what we've learned, if anything, over the course of this season, is it takes 2 games for Los Ratones to adapt. It was 2 games at J4 before they swapped out of that one. Hold that thought. There's a TP.
Oh, Baus.
I don't think this is going to be great. Baus! What is he? Why did he have no HP? What? He's a bigger fan of Noah's Kai'Sa than I am. What was that?
Yeah, we're gonna need a replay there.
I think he panicked minimap TP to get away top lane. I just have to assume.
Yeah, maybe. Definitely not Baus' best game thus far.
I just think the Gnar's got to go.
Yeah, the Gnar's got to go.
The Gnar has got to go.
It's doing too much to them. I think they really need for Baus to be up against a champ that can't really split push as well as this Gnar. And now Cloud Soul spawning in 40 seconds. LR are going to try to look for a play onto Lot, but he has the Merc Treads, he has the Sterax. Maybe he's going to run into Reckless.
Okay. Reckless gives him an extra bit of distance on the hop. That's
Jackie's there misplayed a little bit, missed the Q3, but you can see now.
Way.
Oh, Lot.
This might not work out very well. No, they're going to just get knocked to the wall. Value finally going to go in. Lot gets one. He's still living. No!
It's so tragic. I think GiantX are just going to end the game very
I mean, Lot's stocks are doing good right now. That's all
true.
I'll say. Lot's stocks are doing well. GX, from start to finish, doing pretty dang well. 1 or 2 kind of oopsie daisies in the death department, but overall, it's just been a slaughter. My God. Jackie's on the Q3 ready to go.
Very dominant game from GiantX with Noah. Kills Velia in his own base as they're going for the Baus
continuing
as well.
to go for a little bit more. The Baus finding a stun. Jun might die. No, he's still living.
I mean, GiantX are just playing with them as they're going to take the Nexus towers here.
You know, we were optimistic about Los Ratones. That's a huge one. But there's not a lot to there. Just, yeah. Good job, GX. But sometimes you come in, you know, you level up for week 2, and it's a massive difference. And sometimes you show up, and you are one half of the coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb team. And I'm telling you right now, they were not the bomb.
Ranged option. But knowing Paris, I think he's just going to go for the Rakan or Alistar. Wants that melee engage and just something to survive the lane. It's going to be the Alistar.
Yeah, Alistar as expected. And Paris are going to have to survive this. And yeah, again, German, a very linear champion. But
this is a very greedy play by Relic here to not cover his bot lane. We'll see if it pays out.
Mark Prime walking in. Flash gets the double root! The follow-up there. First blood. Hazel can now move in and look for the root of his own to try to kick things off. Instantaneous root. The follow-up, and that's 2 kills on the bottom side for KCB. The heal won't quite get Yukino out. So there's going to be 1 back.
A bit of greed
Hazel
there.
Burning through ammo pretty quickly. Next swap over will be the white gun, so the all-in threat does just continue to grow. Here's on the top side. Mater ignited, and now in trouble. Tau, quick flash out. Solo Bolo on the top. So ruthless. KCB setting up on Drake, having a phenomenal early game. I think it's important to note the Rumble early pick paying off as they are able to punish and get that solo kill on top of a, you know, a decent CS lead, even if Manter does now have a little bit of MR. Bot lane using the clone for a bit extra vision. Tau might be in trouble, forced to flash away. Relatch on the way up.
Yukino is here though, if Tau can buy time.
4 seconds on the equalizer. Tau just needs to stay relatively healthy. Full stack Q on Decimating Smash, now overheating, doing a heck of a lot of damage. Relatch trying to get out, but he burns to the ground! Yukino's here. Does he have the damage? Yeah, he's going to walk him down as the Conqueror. Yeah, he's going to work through that health bar. Major knows there's nothing he can do. Focused instead on just clearing the wave. KCB completely outplayed that on the top side. Relech and Maynard, I think just a little bit greedy to full commit there.
And Yukino holds the wave here to set up Tau for
Now KCB set up for their second Drake of the game. Relech on the way in. Objective getting lower, and they managed to steal it away. Well played by Relech. The knockup coming in, though, from Prime, and Camilo now into the backside, but he's going to get pushed back by Poby. Relech, Paris, Poby, all trying to push a little bit forward on the Hazel. Terrible guns for a fight from Hazel, but the snare coming in just in time. Alongside the flash, make sure he can at least get it out. Yeah, and Tau, again, where so much of that gold advantage is. The rest of the team otherwise really, really even. The good news is Hextech Gunblade finally finished for Camilo as Equalizer popped on the top side. Relech Q flash back going in. Good damage coming in now that the Ignite is not in the picture. Hazel trying to follow up with an ulti of his own, but Paris there to keep the CC going. Red-white, though, means Hazel might be able to do a little bit of work here. However, the Scion's too tanky. The CC is too much, and just like that. Wild commentary.
That's true.
Prime. And up, Relech will get caught here, taking their time, making sure they layer the CC effectively. Relech able to dash out for a second. Sundered Sky almost keeps him standing as Poby lays down the Emperor's Divide. Yukino will now get cut down as Poby is on a killing spree. Good turn 2 to make it out. Perfect execution used for a less than ideal escape as now Na'Vi just continue to put pressure on the top side of the map.
It's going to be the Drake, though, in return for KCB, but... Oh, Camilo. He's fine.
He needs to be more scared of backing in brushes, I think. The lesson that we've learned is Yukino, as you said, will eventually just take down the objective.
It's going to be a tower for Drake trade here, as they're also sieging onto this mid tower with the Herald. It's pretty healthy, so I would be surprised, but this could be a good
Prime flash forward, 3-man engage. The follow-up coming in from the Rumble as well, but the targeting not quite perfect. Enough to lock up Han Samdi. Relech also backing away. Maynard caught in the cataclysm. Camilo off to the side. How much damage he can be able to ton? Paris finally dropping, but Hazel, importantly, completely untouched. The Aphelios unleashing in that fight. Maynard dropping down.
I mean, Prime is finding these...
Wants to move down to the bottom lane. Initial slow there onto Poby. The Rylai's to push back into Relech and Tau. That is definitely not what he was looking for. The Ignite's still ticking. Paris now on the way. 3 members stacking up onto Relech. The healing coming in. He's going to get the reset on the ulti, and now he's running for his life. Umbral dashed out. Darkened Blade almost ready to go, but the Sundered Sky healing tops him right back up. Yukino, it's not what you want. He hadn't procced it on you yet. You're just feeding him autos. At least they get Paris the root.
It's not going to be enough to take Relech. And now Hazel is forced to stay bot lane here, as Samdi will get this mid tower, but Yukino, I don't think he can actually kill Relech here, since he still has another Sundered Sky proc.
Yeah.
And Samdi is moving.
Yukino trying to get tricky, though. There. Goes back over. Yukino, you're getting too weird with the movement.
Oh, maybe he can flag and drag over.
Flag and drag over. Swippy swap. He's just trading places, but now Hazel's waiting in the rush, and they can definitely kill Relech.
Hey! Bro, both
He's just showing up, hitting you in the face, and then leaving, and then coming back and doing it again. As Relech is just going to be pretty content to get that second Drake for free. How are you feeding at my elo, I think, is the more important question. Is now. Look, the game kind of, it chilled out. It got even. I'm waiting for the next fist fight, Jack.
Well, it might come here, but Nash had like 4 seconds. Not the new one, because it has so much armor, but the old one.
Yeah, but in a different version of the game from the past? Yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah, but the Nash also has MR, so the SDR is also doing it slower.
Okay, fair. So now we got a Scion all coming down the mid lane. Maynard looking to find his man. Gets the initial slow on to Tau. Yukino whips the flag and drag. Combo goes in. Na'Vi happy to have Tau. Know that the flash is gone. Camilo's going to respond by split pushing on the top side of the map, but losing Tau ahead of the next objective fight. Recall in time, and the team didn't want to wander into Na'Vi vision to try to turn that into a salvageable fight. Maynard, forced to flash away from Yukino's ult as the objective again has been started. Samdi off on the side. Engage going in though for Paris. Yukino still relatively healthy. Prime flash in, another 3-man ulti to kick things off. Aphelios ulti as well. Poby marked up, about to fall down, but he just barely manages to live. Hazel with the tower set up over the wall, but they'll burst it down instantly. Yukino doing his best to survive, but it's just not enough. The kills have started coming through, and it's Relech once again to take over the fight. A triple kill for Samdi. Na'Vi dominating.
Reletch is the world ender, and he's ending KCB's dreams in this one. It was such a fantastic engage from Prime, but there's just not enough follow-up. Camilo doesn't have the damage to take out
He gets to
Pope.
free hit that entire fight.
Did you see the coach? The Rock was not happy.
Nope.
I mean, I guess this is a match that, as Na'Vi, you really want to be
Prime. Kobe goes golden. Should set up a guaranteed route or just about, but Prime's going to give his life as Somdi now unstoppable. Wanted to make that creative fast play, but it is going to cost him his life as Mainter tries to get the pressure down in the mid lane. This Baron will be pretty big for the side of Na'Vi, especially as they now have 3 Drakes as well. I imagine the member already down that they start to break open the inhib line. Hardest thing though is for Camilo. Again, there's so much MR here.
Yeah.
He's just not doing much as Na'Vi will break open the base of KCB.
Feels like Na'Vi now can just push towards ending, at least getting to inhib. Mainter is so tanky, they can't make a play on him. Poby just has so much damage in range. So they're gonna back off after they get this bot inhib. Looks like they might recall and play for this tier 2 top.
Yep.
So we're just gonna have to drop this tier 2. And now the gold lead is gonna balloon up to nearly 10,000. Now Prime needs to find another one of those crazy ultimates.
Yeah, I mean, we've been asking for a lot of engages from Prime.
Yeah.
It's a tough spot to be in, but again, you are kind of the linchpin. You and Yukino are really the sole engage options for the team. Sends a clone out, hoping just to zone Na'Vi away, and will be successful as one more wave coming in, 17 seconds left on the Baron power play, just a little bit awkward. You know, 15 seconds less and KCB probably could have held this tower, but that last wave does make all the difference.
Crucially, there's no flash on Somdi, as Prime was able to burn that in the last fight.
Reletch.
Worst
of all.
Yo, what happened to Prime's HP bar? How did he get... He just
I don't know.
died.
I missed that context. Is Major?
That's not flash, but...
Major maybe not the target you want to engage on. The rest of the team here getting pretty quickly.
Hazel, big damage.
Hazel, good damage. Good
Big damage
follow-on.
to
Mainter down. Paris is just getting burned. Mainter drops, as does Paris.
Okay, OPLoLReplay. Big damage. Love to see it.
3 items and the Infernum. Gives them a bit of a reprieve here, some time to farm up super minion waves and try to one carry. There's a second carry waiting. Major gonna take a decent amount of damage. Force the flash. Yukino. Prime gonna turn into a minion here on the bottom wave. Walking forward as a melee.
Just play super slow here, waiting for those inhibs to do their work.
They have double TP. If KCB overcommit here, it's only soul point. Tau on the flank. Camilo off to the side. TP going from Poby. Poby's going to try to end the game. They need to immediately win this fight on the side of KCB or they're going to lose it here. Stun onto Hazel. TP back from Camilo. He has to win the individual 1v1 as Hazel keeps this fight going because the Drake is already down. Poby might fall, but Na'Vi have secured the soul. He won't. He gets a 1-for-1. So damn close. But at the end of the day, Na'Vi get the soul. They get what they wanted. KCB traded up. They traded a member.
I really think KCB has to drop this.
On back, Prime, initial knockup is just not going to happen. Too much damage. Deleting the support of KCB before he can get much done as Yukino finally going to fall here. Objective marked, but down it goes. Na'Vi taking the Baron. Very likely this is their victory lap. 49 seconds on Yukino, 30 on Prime.
KCB, they felt desperate. They wanted to try to contest the Nash. Na'Vi running it down mid lane, 5 versus 3. This should be it.
Hazel isolated the target they know they need to hit, an early flash. Picked up. Tau there as well, but they just don't have the wave clear. Ulti goes down, Paris. Spots out Camilo, flash forward. Somdi burning. Somdi gonna drop Camilo now. Going all in on Poby!
What's happening?
Camilo just going! Coming alive in the final moments. The Reletch has too much healing. Hazel completely untouched. Major eventually going to fall. Na'Vi a little bit over-eager, and it's gonna cost them. KCB turning. It's a TP down to the bottom side. It might just be the old switcheroo, the LEC Classic.
No way. They had Nash, they had Soul, they had everything, and they still all end up falling.
Do they end?
I don't
30
think they can
seconds.
end. I don't think
Reletch on the way.
20 seconds on.
Elder in 230.
Yeah, they can't end. They can't end.
Surely Reletch dies. No, he will back away.
They definitely can't end. I don't think they can even play for Inib. I mean, they shouldn't play for Inib, I think. I mean, they can play for Inib.
They're gonna play.
They can play for Inib.
It's gonna be okay, Jack. It's gonna take a breath.
Okay, they're gonna get the inhibitor.
Okay.
Paris is up. Somebody up in 5. They're not gonna play for the end, are they? Don't play for the end. You guys
think they're gonna play for the end.
Don't play for the end. You guys can end.
Prime pretending to be a minion.
Oh no, they're gonna play for the end.
Ready.
No, guys, run away. You can't end.
Plus you opposite park on Prime. Paris, heal, ready to go. Relet starting things off. That's the ulti back. Hoping for the moment. Flash from Prime, only going to connect to the one. Hazel hoping to find a decent ulti angle, but here comes main. He really hasn't been able to do much damage at all yet. The CC is beautiful. The Aphelios falls, dies. The dreams of KCB cut short. They wanted to end it. They felt like it was their only option, but Na'Vi was not about to let that happen.
And KCB, they found so many miracles, but they fall at the final hurdle with the desperation to try to finish the game. As now Na'Vi, after a hard-fought, back-and-forth fist fight, will take down the Nexus.
They're taking their sweet time, though. He's clearing the minions first.
This time is not doing too much damage.
I gotta say, a banger of a game.
Yeah.
Na'Vi, well fought. KCB had him in the other game. Na'Vi mounting an excellent comeback. Full control in the later stages to pick up their 3rd win on the LEC stage.
You could have went for the Lulu. I think maybe the Lulu would have maybe made more sense, as you then have even greater scaling for this Aphelios. But with the Thresh, they have a lot of ganking options for Sheo if you ever...
If a Lantern play comes through, Lantern flash play, classic play. It's like we're back in Season 2. The hook connecting as well. Well played from Sten. That's the root follow-up on the Gravitum, and down they go for first blood. Team Heretic.
Looks like it's just going to be free.
It's going to take a bit of time. Well, it's already taking a bit of time. We're approaching the end of that particular time.
But it's weird that Drake's, they're like
two
so
objectives now.
Yeah.
Pick those up. The gold's so close. Saren wants to go in for the solo ball. The flick back does hit, but it's enough damage to finish the job.
Bro, Saren's making fun of him. Like, Linces is he's starting to get back into it. Forces the flash from Saren. Flash for flash. It's going to feel nice for him, especially with...
dive. We'll start to retreat now.
Oh, Humanoid is looking to ult here on the stand. No flash. He has the plan.
Blast Cone is still going to get stunned. Flick still going to connect. Sten likely to go down here. Nice little pick from the side of Vitality. The Team Heretics want to turn into a bigger fight because Ice is ready to absolutely pop off. Carzzy caught off to the side. Carzzy now set to fall. The Mikhail's coming in, but it's not quite enough. Healing there as Saren wants to get the job done, but he manages to get the execute.
Oh my God.
The reset is there. Vitality take another life.
He's able to survive, but it's still Team Heretics with the tempo gain that able to get mid tower here as Linces and Sheo are kind of just looking at each other. Sheo really wanted to kind of cheese and start the Herald while Vitality was based, but now Linces is the one starting Herald. Sten has the hook. Linces?
Lantern pulling back. He can't go anywhere. Oh,
he did.
That's a very sad monkey. No. Oh no. The damage on the top side, but Vitality are double dipping here. They protect top side as well as go for the Drake. Sten tries to throw in a cheeky hook, so good trade take the group with the rest of the team. But again, Kalista should make this relatively easy to pseudo smite secure with the Ren. 4K getting lower. Trayson knocked into the wall. 2K on the objective and managed to grab it. The initial ult is there. Good damage now coming through. Linces manages to make it out courtesy of the Mikhails. Team Heretics just in time to watch the Baron fall. Well played by Vitality.
Yeah, beautiful secure there by Carzzy and Linces to sync up the smite and the Ren. But Sheo is face checking it. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Talk to me about that timeline, Dr. Strange. What are we cooking there?
Push out some sides. They break the bot tower. That's great. Now Humanoid's going to be able to continue pushing into this. The better it is for denying this Nash. And the fact that they could hold it for 1.5 minutes of the Nash is not bad. It's not bad for them.
No, definitely not. Humanoid will finally break bot lane tier 2.
Yeah. Pretty good Nash, all things considered. I don't think they're getting much more than this, but they break 2 towers on bot and the mid tower as well. And they make around the, 3,000 gold swing? And they get the second Drake as well. Not bad, not bad.
Tied up 2-2 in terms of overall Drakes. Taking a look at, of course, items just to see where the relative power is. Still just 2.5 for Ice and Carzzy, so no massive spike there as Humanoid still trying his best to get the gold together for a death cap.
Definitely feels like some what if that's Soul, as that's just such an easy win con, especially when you're kind of like a more middling team where playing for Nash,
taking turns, setting up that vision.
Yeah. Looking on this next mid wave here, I was like, Nako has a good flank.
Waiting. Some damage onto Saren. Realm Warp, he's forced to flash away. Saren completely and totally isolated. He's moving fast, but not fast enough. A nice pick from Team Vitality. The rest of Team Heretics now backing away.
Now they're going to be looking to start up the Nash once again. A great pick onto Saren there. He gets caught out.
I think that's a caster curse from you, Mr. Spectra. Team Heretics, 4 members in the area. Ice still very powerful, and Baron again shredding armor and MR. Back to what it used to be, so they have to respect Ice's potential ult. The hook coming in from Ice. Pull back is there initially. Massive damage from the Aphelios. Now looking to turn it back, though, as the hostile takeover. Ice flashing right in! The double! Looking for a little bit more. Sheo continuing just to run full sprint at Humanoid. Sidesteps on the briefcase are decent, but Ice is ready. Sten is ready. Pulls through!
Hey, that's the Aphelios, baby!
That's 200 years right there!
Stand up! You love to see it. As now Team Heretics are striking back in this game. Ice with the pentakill. They're gonna get the Baron Masher.
Finish here. Icing on the cake, as is the pentakill.
Penta.
Straight to the point. Clean, efficient communication. Penta. That man knew what he wanted and didn't have a cleanse. He had the Mikhails, courtesy of Sten, so love to see a little bot lane synergy.
Oh, I thought it was the QSS, but it was a perfectly timed Mikhails, actually.
Pretty nice.
Very well played by Sten. Very well played.
6-1-1 now. 3.5k gold lead. Ruh-roh.
Oh,
Deo, though, one person who really cannot fight this Kalista is Mundo. Look at all those oh, never mind. That was like 500 spears. That did not do a lot of damage.
I mean, Vitality's base is getting shattered, though, while all of this is happening. And Ryze could even look to ulti the minions into their base here, as Sheo is just buying so much time. The minions are being ulted in.
They just want to end the game.
GG.
Ice, really good guns for a fight. If they dive onto him, might cost them, but they're going to try to force it anyway. They managed the initial flick back into Ice, but he gets out with the power of the Lantern, and again, Sten just barely keeping his 80 carry alive. Siege on the base, double recall as they manage to take out Sheo in the mid lane. Team Heretics can't afford to stick around too long. Humanoid is dead! Double kill there. Q4, Q3, knock. Nice sidestep forward. Sendo hits the hook, and that might just be it. Fletchy is here. Karzi ready to make the difference. The flash forward. Wants to keep the fight going, but Trayson isolates him. Looks to knock him down. A sidestep, a quadra. A second penta. To back. Ice, baby. Team Heretics bringing it home.
Oh my god, a back-to-back pentakill for Ice. Oh, Team Heretics is back, Aphelios is back. Oh my goodness, Crit is back.
Facilitates that because that bonus movement speed she provides with the shield means that she can, you can see how speed, shield,
I get it, movement sheet.
It's on mid lane.
He's going in deep as well. He wants to get the push out in this mid wave. Flick back though. Where's the response? He has none. He's slowed down, and if Nuke flashes now, he knows he's dead. He still takes it anyway. To be matched, no. Caps hits him from afar. Is in the near as well. Labrov sets up and wants an engagement. There's going to be a 3v2 before long. So for G2 as their junglers now getting engaged upon, the fight pursues. Trimby's looking for an angle as Caps is low on mana. He's just run onto it with a shifting sand. Flash is committed. Trimby gets a tether, kept in place. Nuke stands and delivers for a piercing blow.
Smite secured, level 6 as well. This crab is super important because of that level 6 it gives.
Instant Cataclysm. Instant Cataclysm comes out. Bukata flushes out of it, goes forward instead. Caps Threaded Volley is just helping out, poked from afar. Emperor survives, Q1 flashes and matches, and here's Labrov. A turn from G2, Shifters overconfident there as the Weaver's Wall cuts off any chance of escape, and now Trimby has nowhere to go. Labrov will get the follow-up, and Han Summer will get the double kill.
Mainly picking it to fight through bot, right? You're trying to build advantages, make it very difficult for the Kai'Sa and the Rogan to lane. Well, the Kai'Sa has a goal. The Kai'Sa has 2 kills.
It's not goal. Offering though, 4 members of G2 still here, and even Bukata, as he puts the ward down, he gets caught out with the seismic shove, the Threaded Volley, and an easy engage. Cataclysm down, and there goes Bukata right into the ground. You can't do anything, and bot is still an interesting proposition as G2 layer the wall down, and Cap getting in for the engage. Down he goes as Trimby sets up, flashes away, but he cannot escape. Now it's up to Paddock to survive in the 1 versus 4. Hun Summer takes a turret shot, so even with the barrier, maybe Paddock gets something here. The auto's out, and it's all he needs. A shutdown finally. Taking on the world is this big duck, but how can he do it? 1 versus 3, has to kite around a missing shot that misses Arcane Chip timed well, but a shove means he can no longer move. Caps will make it a build the space so they can play one of these fights. I mean, they do have the items now to start thinking about it, Betty. We've got 1 item here on Nuke, and Paddock now with his Trinity Force just completed in the recent phase. No Manamune makes me question as LeBron might be called out, turns into engage. TP follow-up as well. Bukata is in the mix here, and he's gotten down to half HP already with the shove back as well. It's going to go even further. First the fire, then the flames, and G2 bring it in all over again onto Paddock. The range is enough, but where are the kills from Shifters? There are none. Caps gets close to dying as Skumon thinks about angle number 2. And G2 have just moved to 5,000 gold on the next Dragon with easy Shifters walk up. There we go, a perfect engage, lay it up. No movement for the Shifters. They got sticky keys.
4 quick kills for G2 as they just rip apart Shifters in the middle lane. Rooster has no TP. There's no way for him to follow up. But that broken blade TP to create a numbers advantage. Bukata's positioning again, just disrespecting the control that they actually have on the map. Don't leave, and we're back in action.
We are indeed, but Caps gets the stun up. Flash for flash, Nuke doesn't find anything. Threaded volley is good damage again. Nuke knows he has to get out of there, and a 1v2, Caps is holding strong with Ghost now active. Hang on. Oi, sidestep imminent, needed. Nuke, one shot away from dying. Bukata now steps up to the plate, but I don't think he wants to. Skumon's on the way, doesn't have flash, but he has a flag, and he can drag. Right on with the chilling smoke. Bukata's getting some movement speed, but he flashes away from the Cataclysm as the rest of G2 are on the way. A long way to go, but I think it's going to be a quick route to the base instead. He does get a trade onto Lebrov, but Hans gets out in time. A 1-for-1. The Shifters get caught again.
I mean, I like the idea from Shifters. You just have to go for something. Look for a pick on a side lane. Try and slow the game down as much as possible so that you can look to try and scale up. But, I mean, G2 turned every single play in their favor. Skumon with a 3-0-8 performance on Jarvan. It's a little bit deceptive, but still 100% kill participation from him. 3-1-7 for Caps in the middle lane, and G2 have definitely showed up here in week 2.
As we get a teleport from Lebrov, close to catching out. Paddock does get away though, hidden in the brush. Herald is up and available, and it does feel like a much later game than seeing the Herald would indicate, right? Because G2 have run the map from the word go, really. There's been a couple of close plays, but that double kill on Han Summer, that did feel like the rolling.
The game slowed down a little bit, a teeny weeny bit. So that's a small W for Shifters. And Rooster's going to get a tower as well in the top lane, so a little bit of gold back.
Where's the Shifters support in our Twitch chat? What's going on?
Has tweak, but Harold's now going to be dropped. G2 do not want to slow this game down at all. Good pressure will be generated on the bot side of the map.
Rightly so.
Dragon soon to spawn. Catch mid-wave once more, push that out. Move to Dragon, easy objective pickup, and then you start setting your sights on Baron.
How clean it is right now. Skumon's looking for a pick onto Paddock. He has flash, he has everything. Lebrov burns his, and then Paddock in response. Caps now comes into the mix as well. The shove connects, and he has no chance. Caps on a killing spree. And this has just been a clean Talia game, hasn't it?
I mean, it's been a clean game from start to finish from G2.
Right, really
I think they completely punished Bukata twice in the early game for just disrespecting the amount of control. Now, again, part of his responsibility is to be that face checker alongside Rooster, but looking for fights in the early game in the way that they did and just not respecting the control that G2 had led to him getting punished multiple times. But here's Rooster.
Maybe a chance on the Han Sama. He's in trouble, pulls out that killer instinct. This is Cassandre stuff, but Lebrov's going to find him right before he hatches. Han Sama gets another one now. We look for Bukata as Lebrov looks for another engagement. Skumon by his side as well. Left side of your fight is Broken Blade, killing Tremby, and G2 killing the rest. A true shot barrage from down.
Conceded mid-control for now. We'll give Rooster away into the river, but because there's no top control, they're a little bit too scared to make the tower will be cut off from support. I mean, slow and steady wins the race, as they say.
Oh, he found Paddock. Now, Cataclysm or what? He's waiting. He is waiting. He does indeed do some damage. With that big flag, he does a lot. Cataclysm down. Paddock's thinking, maybe I can. With Redemption, he was close, but Skumon just solo killed the enemy AD carry. Nuke is coming in to get some revenge. But with the shutdown now and the hot pot down, it's Broken Blade who's turned into the ring. He flashes away, and I think G2 are playing with them a bit. 4 members of Shifters are here. And Broken Blade and Han Summer think, what if? Can we do it? And they probably can.
Well, it's plays like that that give Shifters an avenue back into the game. Paddock very close to getting a kill onto Skumon. But by denying the jungler, it means that the option for a Baron now somewhat dissipates. GG will still secure a tick.
Hell, even Han Summer, it's all good. Bruce is going to approach. Soul right here in front of them. Lavrov with an angle, the quickness to get 3,000 assists. He's already hit pretty much everyone. Even if he dies, and he's close to.
Hang
The
on.
battle dance that runs out. Shifters are doing okay, but Paddock dead on the rim. Nuke gets a kill in response. Trimby somehow alive. Hang on a minute. Shifters doing better than they would have thought at 10,000 gold disadvantage, but Scumon's going to do it himself. Nuke steps up, but the problem is this Jarvan is unleashed with a big hot pot behind him. A double over, and I'm pretty sure Lavrov must have done it there.
G2 just barely navigate their way through the fight. Shifters put up a strong resistance to the G2 engage as Lavrov finds a beautiful flank.
Oh, he's one short, Betty.
He's still one short.
He's one short of
because
3,000.
He died
The
early.
last kill expired with
Right.
He ignored me.
Move past
I can't.
Ignore you.
I thought we were friends.
I-
This is kind of like the relationship between G2 and Shifters right now. It burns a hole in the heart, and it's probably for the Shifters fans. G2 about to move to their second win. And this is how they do it. Through top, apparently. The flick back onto Picardo again. Instant crescent guard. The ulti's down. Zin's out now has nothing to engage upon, or rather to use on the engage. One inhibitor at the very least. G2 are taking it slow.
They've only got one wave of minions to work with so far, but that top lane is making its way closer to the tower. Not the easiest towers to siege, thanks to the wave clear that they do have. They need to try and keep Nuke away from the objective as the poke comes through from Caps. Now the tower's starting to melt.
They can't do anything. They just got to watch. Spectator League of Legends for Shifters. Another inhib. And I guess they choose to fight at the Nexus turret.
I mean, they're going to be forced to fight their last-ditch effort. Brewster's stacking up his Q3. He's got it. Scumon goes in.
We go Equalizer down as well. Scumon sent back with the all-out. He's got a GA available, though. He still gets his engage off, and he's tanking the turret. Slow to go down while the rest of the fight continuing behind the Nexus turret. Rooster doesn't get a flip back, so Brookblade survives for now. The engage again, the Cataclysm out, and a double to Han Summer. He's picking up all the kill credit this game. As Broken Blades dealing with Bruce, you can see Paddock is a one-man army. Han Summer going to pull out the killer instinct, but with his lethal tempo, Shifter stand no chance. G2, this is the team we wanted to see and expect here at the start of week 2.
A very
late game insurance, right?
Ah, okay,
But
okay.
Jinx on its own as a late game insurance, I would much rather see Aphelios, definitely.
Yeah.
So which comp do you control around the Dragon area? They're going to start this one off.
McKeon's heal available, worth mentioning because the health bar's already simmering down a bit low. Zap to slow down Khalid. There's the flag, flashed as well. KC about to find their first blood, and onto the jungler it goes. Yike on the board.
The chain CC that came through from K. We'll see if they're able to pull it off. SK needs to try and get active on the map as Lucio's found Mickey once more.
And Mickey's been found in the Cataclysm. Yahoo is just going to sit there and free fire, and Mickey on Nautilus is about to start the game 0-2. Classic.
Meanwhile, in the middle lane, the stun from the W going to connect.
Does indeed. Emperor's Divide as well from Yahoo. Zedrive Resonance give him a bit of passive. There's the chrono break, but the leader, he's still not out of here. He has to flash over the wall, but Yahoo is going to match it. His second kill of the game, and KC are rolling in it.
Well, this counter pick is not working out the way the leader wanted it to. Busio helping out his mid laner as Yahoo.
I don't think Vetty, when they're playing 1-3-1, that's going to be a little bit more impactful. Soul play comes through. Dredge line not interrupted. Mickey, this game, he is a bit of a naughty man. 0-3.
I mean, what is he going to do against...
Since the last Echo mid, shows you that leader's given us a little bit more spice than we maybe deserve. Here comes the Skyfall. Skis has joined in the show. He gets the stun up. Flash. Kalista is in so much trouble. Parallel convergence doesn't need the stun as Yoppa gets the kill from afar. Busio gets wrangled back in. Yoppa gets over the wall. He's matched by Yike, but as he runs for his life, Busio's still not out of dodge. Yahoo's ulti turns into a chrono break from leader. The turret gives him safety, but Yoppa's running for his life. Flag will kill him in the end. KC do get something back, but SK so far.
That
the lane has been a lot better.
objectively
Yeah,
is correct.
that
yes.
is, with no context, 100% correct. If anyone wants to go back and watch the VOD, maybe now's the time in the next 5 minutes. Feel like we're chilling for a bit, as you said. Slowly heating up. Dragon's being taken. Second one from KC. Mickey has decided to engage Leader needs help from Schemes here, and he will find an angle on the Callisto, flashes away, but the problem is SK, the pieces of the puzzle were just in wrong. No one there yet, and KC take the Dragon and their lives.
A bit of a preemptive engage from SK started.
It's gone. Question mark. Yike, looking for an angle. 2.5k, and he gets hit by the chompers. Point comes down. Nice from SK for timing, but KC are turning into a fight yet again. Leader takes it as an engage. Parallel convergence into Chrono Break, and the re-engage from Schemes. Beautiful. It is a kill over to SK, but now they're separated. Trying to find out Busio as a reset for Yoppa, but KC are picking apart the pieces now for another flash flag and drag, and onto Leader. Yike doesn't have support just yet, but Leader doesn't have the damage to follow up either. KC are holding on by a thread as Wonder finally comes on in, but his whole team is already dead, and Yahoo finding the chase, looking to get this guy off of his moped yet again. Wonder, you can't park there, mate, as SK are all gonna but drop. Hit for the SK committed to top. All the gold given over. On the reset, you see that Yahoo is just out of this world. And KC at this game, 4.5k gold lead, 3 dragons. This is looking like another clean game. This is similarities to the last G2 game, where it is just a steam train.
Powered KC.
Yeah, I feel like, again, it's going to be a great solve for a team that wants to survive first. Quick side note, in 26.2, where we are right now, Fiend Hunter bolts, remember, bit of an increase here, so a bit more bonus true damage, crit multiplier. I mean, the attack speed also nice, so Callista's picked that up second. And you can see with that Q amplification, it's just such easy wave clear. My favorite thing from the patch was Bandit Pipe's cost increase, because that item was just stupid for 2,000.
Yep.
It was 100, I think I told you last cast, it was 110% gold efficient. So as we look towards mid, hang on a minute. Let's stop talking about items and start talking about engages. Mickey flashes away in an instant. But Busio with the Solar Flare matchup as well, and a decimating smash is going to put Mickey in the grave for the 6th time in this game. KC in a 5 versus 4, hold on to mid, get rid of the Herald before it damages turret more. And another kill over to KC.
I don't think they have the damage to kill Kana. He's just,
You're right.
He can literally do whatever he wants. He tanked up so much damage there. And there's still some tanky members right alongside him too. Callista is a little bit afraid of Leader, but not too much as he catches this wave. That Dragon Timer in the top left is what I'm keeping my eyes on as we draw ever closer to the Soul. A fight that SK will have to...
You know, here in this game, it seems like it's been a different story. Leader hasn't really been able to come out of the lane with the lead. Wonder's been kind of so-so with Kana, but again, props to Kana through his lane. Yeah, here right now is taking down solo side lane turret. The answer, nothing.
SK really can't see a huge amount. Yeah, they've got a couple wards littered here and there. They've got one very deep ward, which is back here. That looks like a TP into top lane.
Setting up a TP at flank, Karna's in trouble. Wonder's going to pop the ulti himself though as well. Give movement speed to Schemes. The rest of SK here, 5 members, all grouped up. And KC, it's not like they're getting anything on the map right now outside of the mid turret. So a small kill, small bit of gold for SK.
So I want to keep track of what was used, which is Skeen's ulti and Wonder's ulti, and Wonder now could very well die.
Okay, so maybe in the long run.
But they need to go straight to Dragon. SK needs to use this as an opportunity to get Dragon off the Rift right now.
Wonder is dead. It's just about how much time he can buy. It would be nice. Remount coming. No, Cataclysm down. And KC will find themselves a kill and response. Pings are coming down. As you said, Dragon needs to be taken, but Yahoo is here. He is a one-man army, literally. But SK are going to start it nevertheless, and Yahoo's going to back off. So, for SK...
Wait. But what now KC can do is just go Baron. TP when the Scion is back alive. Yeah, look, they're doing it now. They'll just drop the TP straight onto Baron. They know they have the numbers advantage. 25 seconds until Wonder. SK is guaranteed to be on the bot side of the map, so they've got to make a beeline towards that objective.
And 20 seconds as Wonder has that TP. Super Mega Death Rocket comes in for KC. I thought they were starting it too late here, Betty, but it looks like SK just have to be on blockers. Splash for Busio for the turn with the Zenith Blade follow-up. Now we wait. Yoppa narrowly avoids it while Mickey drops down yet again. Leader gets out with his Chrono Break, but he's now abandoned the team. Yoppa does get one, though, so an advantage for SK if they keep on going. Yahoo's to get out with his flash as well, and KC are on the run. A Zap narrowly missing his leader. Parallel convergence over the wall. A phase dive, but Callista out of range. Zap again out of range. SK, it was close, and the fact they got a kill back, strange, and run into the pit. halfway down into Baron as KC continue their onslaught. Mickey ready to go in first. Busio looking for the turn once again. Remember, Yoppa is the target. Soulplay comes down, but Busio doesn't have his team. A reset imminent, and there it is. Yoppa unleashes Kana at the front line, tanking up, but yeah, who can't even step on in. Health bars are low, but SK doing better than they should. Zap narrowly again misses. Yahoo trying to take him to his own hands, but he run into Wonder. About to remount, but denied again. A cataclysm out from Yike while SK are on the run. Those health bars blinking as the traps zone off KC. They're thinking about Baron again as SK unavailable. KC begin again.
It's just completely gone. They're forced to play the front to back. SK cannot find any of the flanks the leader is looking for. He also doesn't have the damage really to pose any threat onto Callisto. Yahoo, he's zoned away. And Yoppa, even though the Jarvan in any case, Baron started up once again. Kana gonna act as gatekeeper.
Quicker this time. Mickey looking for an angle yet again. Dredge line onto the first target, which is Kana. He's getting slowed down, whittled down slowly. Leader rather looking for an angle onto Busio. It's a time wonder. Kana did take a lot of damage, but Ocean Salt should heal him up. Dredge line yet again buffered by Yike. He has that G cooldown. As you'll see again, as Baron starts once more. Kana ready to set up. And this is just what we've seen the past couple of times, but this time they're committing. The ulti's going to come through. Skeen's looking for the steal, but he's a little bit too late. He runs into the pit. Leader's going to help him out in a second. Gets the stun up as well. Parallel conversion. Doesn't find a stun, and Yike just doesn't drop down. Kana gets a two-man decimating smash. And this time, Yoppa's in trouble as he flushes over, though. He still ain't dead until Kalist will find his number. Finally, KC gets to pull the trigger, and the lights go off.
This is what we start off the Baron, and they do not falter. A clean team fight as Yahoo has found Wonder.
Wonder has found the wall. He will flash over it as Yike finds him.
It's possible for him to play. Leader gets one shot before he can even ulti. And then Yoppa forced to flash, but Busio and Kana together have made it difficult to play. And like, that's what we were expecting to happen to the Jinx.
Yeah.
That it was going to be very difficult to play against these two tanks when you don't have the kind of support dedicated to keeping you alive and making sure that you can be that superstar. He did his best throughout the entirety of this game, but finally Kana and Busio shut that down. I think it was just fantastic. A lot of these team fights as well. Aside from the one around the bot river where he just kind of altered Skeen, so it was a bit surprising, but aside from that, he's been very, very clean. Busio by his side, helping where he can. Meanwhile, the Siege has broken the tower in bot lane. They now have double cannon minions in the middle lane. Ulti from Kana.
He's trying to finish the job. He's in the base. No one can really stop him. Yeah, his ulti out again. Skeens is isolated, and meanwhile, Wonder has once again fallen off. Mickey's up next with the Elder buff. It's as easy as that. KC finally sealed the deal. First team moving to 3-1. Hot damn. It's KC. And clean it up in the end. I'll have to correct myself. There's a couple other teams.
This wave, similar for Vladdy, he's going to get push in that wave. And Cassantes, we've been seeing them early on get push as well. So I do wonder if Fnatic actually have 3 pushing lanes in the early game. And whether anyway, back to the game.
Yeah, sure.
Mospa, gonna land a hook.
Okay, there it is. Vetti called it, and now Razork's going to live it. Dark Passage is there, the flayback, Alvaro flashes, flag. His match, Razork with the fancy moves. Cal down, first blood. Fnatic looking for a little bit more, but already used their engage. They'll just take the kill and give it over to the jungle.
Very nice play. Jojo.
All in, flash, and big move from mid as well from Vladdy, but he's just auto-attacking down. Jojo is going to get on out, and he's already used the ulti. That's why he can't reciprocate.
Being a trade of flashes. Now, Elyoya.
And with those trade of flashes, there's kill threat here. Good stun timing. Elyoya's going to help get the kill to Meowin. A fantastic punish for Mkoy.
Okay, so Elyoya. Difficult, but not for Jojo.
Steps in, Vladdy pushes him back yet again.
He's
the
got
ulti
kill.
out once again, and you're right, the kill threat is there, but it's going to be used to get on out. Cataclysm follows up from Razork though, and Jojo goes down. Maybe it would have been better if he sacrificed his life as Death Sentence connects in bot lane. There's the ulti as well, and a flash in. Fnatic full commit onto Alvaro with the exhaust and the crescendo up and available. Upset with his first kill of the game.
Okay, Fnatic. They're willing to go toe-to-toe against Koi. A nice gank from Razork in mid lane, a bot lane nation.
Razork has no ulti, by the way, as Elyoya hovers in that little alcove ready to pounce out. Vladdy's coming in from an angle. No ult for him as well. At 1200, Fnatic are backing off. They think, no, we don't have anything. Leave the track.
Escape. Obviously then makes it look like that Jojo made the wrong decision, but the logic does track for Jojo. He really thought he could get out.
And here we go again in
And
top.
Eowyn get out.
Cataclysm there, but Elyoya's back again. It's a reverse hot pot, and Elyoya engineers it into an engage onto Razork. The all-out use, but there's no wall. There's no wall for Emperor, so now he's in a 1 versus 2. He's squishy and burnt asunder. MKOI keeps count. We're kind of just chilling and waiting towards this next dragon. 2 minutes 15. First item will be built, and that's a bridge towards this next fight. And Vladdy is the person I'm looking towards. With Nash is almost there, he's going to get engaged on Shuriken Flip and everything connecting. Jojo doesn't even just Shuriken Flip back for MKOI as they get knocked up. It's Razork looking to run in. And Jojo gets out unscathed as well. The setup was brilliant. Once again, is Upset versus Super. Here we go. With Severum up and available, I think Super could be in trouble. He walks it out. Big one in pocket. And Lost becoming nearby.
Looks like a pretty even trade between the two AD carries. Alvaro needs to get back to bot as quickly as he can, though. No, I was thinking, does Elyoya have ulti? Oh.
Cataclysm, Shuriken Flip. Razork just needs a Q into the
Either of them will
fog.
do.
Wait. Oh my God, on the tip.
Not wasting any time.
Jojo coming for an angle. Maybe the afterthought here for MKOI. Dragon at 2K. Potential steal from Elyoya. Look at where Jojo is. He's tagged out first. Shuriken Flip, though, lands onto Upset. For Fnatic, a flank possible, but Jojo doesn't want to go in. At half HP, Fnatic are taking the front of the fight. Finally, that Akali sends it, and onto Razork. The ulti into the wall. Anyone will clean this up, you have to think, but now look at Upset. With Caliber, with Severum, he flashes over the wall, he gets out, but he's done his damage. He's done his job. Vladdy chased up by Elyoya, who cleans up the rest of the fight. And it looks good for Fnatic if you're watching one angle, but the rest of MKOI clean their mistakes. It's a 4-for-1. It's just one of those picks here in this region that we're just a little bit shy on, you know?
Seems like it. All right, well, this looks like Fnatic's first objective of the game.
But TP means if they're going to get out with it or not is going to be answered. Jojo.
Very little, I think.
Wondering. Fnatic are in a clump, though. Hook doesn't connect. No one to really capitalize on that, and Alvaro wasn't willing to get over the wall. Lack of vision as well.
Herald isn't going to do anything.
Not at all. It just sits there and gets walloped on. And that was a waste of a Herald.
Well, Koi kind of just standing around.
Yeah.
I really expected them to be more eager to contest that. Maybe they felt like they weren't strong enough.
One person clapped, really liked it. All in and the flag and drag. Wow, what a combo. It's clean, but they need to finish the job. The flash out from Jojo at no HP, and he's out. He could go as Razork can't catch up. MKOI, their mid laner, somehow does it. Grabbing him out, though. The fight's not over yet for a flag and drag. Jojo is just simply over the wall, but they don't know. They do not know, and Jojo getting out was true robbery.
I think Super also got the mid-tier one off the back.
Hell yeah.
He gets targeted by 2 members of Fnatic. They know where he is, they just don't have the skills to hit him because he is sitting in the Shroud. Now, the Pantheon arrival is super important because flash into R, into E, and then immediately ults away to safety. Bit of a skirmish in the top lane.
Death sentence, flip. Not taken, though. Maybe in a little bit of trouble, actually. 2 members of Fnatic running for their life all of a sudden. Flush from Lost, but wants to get out of there. The flip is good, but it's onto Alvaro. Death sentence to follow up, all out as well. But Alvaro just flashes. The Unbreakable Will saves his life. A bit burned.
Over eager. I mean, they really could think about a Baron. They have 1 ward from the side of Fnatic in the area. Jojo, yeah, I don't think you're going to get in range of Vladdy right now. Hang on a minute. But there's a Meowin behind him.
There is indeed. So Vladdy's in the middle of the wave. And the old KC mid lane is in a hell of a lot of trouble. He just used the shifting sands. Emperor's Divide still available. Only gets 1, and in goes Jojo. Meowin picks up the kill. Well, meanwhile, Alvaro went walkabout. That's free range cow right there. And he's brought a friend. Super rolls on in. He's exhausted. He thought I could do it. Barrier, flash out over the way. MKOI, I get real busy, and they're going to bring Elyoya in on the package deal as well. Razork re-engages. Meowin survives for so long. Upset has all the crescendo, but he gets 1 tap. This game has gone completely yakety sacks. Into the pen we go and shut the gate. Razork's flashed out. He's running for his life, hitting the flag and drag, and he finds it, but Super's also chasing. While meanwhile, Emperor says, I ain't going to be...
So that's going to put Koi on soul points. Which is a scary place for Fnatic to be, but eventually they want to fight. So I guess right there next to him. What will Koi's next play be? It looks like they're looking for a fight.
The crowd knows. Onto Jojo. Graviton's there. He finds his way in, gets his kill. And now that he's out with a triple engage from Alvaro, who found his ult again with the equalizer down, MKOI are stonking the fight. all out here from Empress helps out a little bit, but Fnatic have already lost their core members. 3 in the ground, 1 more down. Empress now will find equal ground. 5 dead, and MKOI get the dream jungle fight.
A beautifully executed team fight.
Yeah. So
I reckon we must be close to the circle of suck now in the LEC.
we must be. I don't know how. I want to see some more damage. Oh god, that's satisfying.
An AD carry. This should help.
Yeah. I mean, it was already fast enough, but in the turret down, 7k. MKOI.
Here comes Vladdy. Is this a play?
He'll
Looks like
slowly
it.
get there if he was isolated, but you're right, Vladdy's going to ulti out, but Vladdy could be in trouble. Jojo, will he go back in? Yes, he will with Flash. Vladdy on the hands. Props to that mid laner.
All right, well, Jojo overstayed his welcome far too much. So, I think the AD carry was basing, Elyoya was basing, Alvaro had already based, and Mirwin was in top lane. So, Jojo overstaying his welcome.
But you're 7,000. Thank you very much, observers. A bit dark. They don't know where Jojo is on this flank. Koi is starting off the dragon. This would just be Soul. Fnatic have to walk in for the fight. Jojo about to walk towards them. Unbreakable will there. Jojo's angle. I'm still looking towards it. Soul is down. And Fnatic just get hot-potted yet again. There's Jojo in. On to 3. Flash has already burned from Losper. And upset dead in an instant. The public perfect execution for the mid laner of Koi has done enough, while the rest of Koi clean through the front. Vladdy on his escape path, but Elyoya's movement speed will help out. A double over to the Spanish jungler, and the best Spanish jungler in this game.
Wow, a 5-for-0 ace. A flawless team fight for Koi in order to close out this game. An impressive performance from them as they look to join the other teams at the top of the standings with a 3-1 scoreline.
A 3-1 start to week 2 is big deal here in our round robin of LEC versus. MKOI will take down Fnatic. And right now we're thinking this could be the best team in the LEC at the very start of this week. The Spanish fans have a lot to be proud of here, as with an interesting game, MKOI cement themselves even further up.